game is over, and it's time to talk about what happened. We'll go inside the locker room, dive into the numbers, and take your calls on the Green Bay Football Postgame Show. Let's get to Steve Sparky Pfeiffer to talk about today's game on The Fan.
I don't even know what to say. What the hell was that? What did we just watch? I hate ties. Can I just say I absolutely freaking hate ties. I hate it. And you know what I hate more than ties? A coach that's playing for one. Literally for 4 minutes, that football team played for a tie. Then used a timeout, and their offense almost lost the football game because they couldn't get organized. I don't know. Spiking the ball would have been a good thing at that moment in time. And instead, we're trying to run a damn play. No, they didn't lose. Doesn't it feel like they lost, though? It don't feel like a win. Tell you that much. This team got hammered by the Bears last week. 41. Packers put up 40, so close. Oh, I know. The defense. That's the difference. Yeah, that is the difference. This game is not on Jordan Love, even though he almost ended it right there, and then it would have been on Jordan Love had they not had 1 second left on the clock. That dude went 31 of 43, 337 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a passer rating of 118. Jordan Love did what Jordan Love was supposed to do. He had the fumble. Fine. Most quarterbacks probably would have fumbled the ball in that situation. Never saw the guy coming. It is what it is. But there is no chance, I tell you, that anybody is putting this game on Jordan Love. You want to put it on Bisaccia and the special teams unit, have at it. But if we're being honest, this defense killed him. Carrington Valentine killed him. Micah Parsons, paging Micah Parsons.
Whoa.
No, I'm going to do it.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm going to do it. Yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he literally is the reason why this game was a tie.
Because he got him from behind. Yes, I understand. But didn't you think Micah Parsons was going to have a game against the Cowboys? Didn't you think that was going to be the difference maker? And if Micah Parsons didn't have the game against them because they're double and triple teaming them, that somebody else would step up. Rashawn Gary, Lucas Van Ness. No. Do you know how many times Dak Prescott got sacked? 1.
Was that the Micah one technically too? I don't even know if it was one before then.
The sack was given to Micah Parsons.
Yeah, so it was on that play.
So according to ESPN, that was the sack. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. Do you know how many tackle for losses they had in the entire game?
Oh, gosh. Well, if one counts as the sack.
No, one does not count as a sack.
2.
1. Quay Walker. That's it. 1. Oh, Jeff Hafley doesn't shower. Oh, Jeff Hafley sits at the bar a lot. Oh, Jeff Hafley this. Oh, Jeff Hafley that. We don't want Jeff Hafley to get a head coaching job. So, we make funny stuff up about Jeff Hafley. Jeff Hafley ain't getting crap if this defense plays like that again the rest of the year. I understand Hobbs went out. I get it. But fact of the matter is, Carrington Valentine's not good. Keyshawn Nixon was okay. I don't know what the heck that was at the end. That receiver comes running back to the sidelines, and Keyshawn Nixon's just standing in the end zone watching him.
He was having a fine game until then, but that was a terrible play. I don't know
what
he was
even
doing.
Attempted to come running back.
No idea what he was
He's
doing.
just watching him like, he ain't going to catch it. I'm not going to run all the way over there. The hell was that? Horrible. Again, they're playing with multiple backup linemen, right? And so are you. That's the big difference here. Their backup offensive linemen did their damn job. They ran the ball. They pass protected fairly okay. Now, again, Jordan Morgan improved. He didn't have 3 false starts, so that was nice. That was good, I guess. It doesn't appear to me that the Packers offensive line did all that great of a job today. I guess we'll find out when everybody goes back and watches the film at the end of the day. They didn't appear great. But again, I'm not going to yell about the offense when you score 40 freaking points. When you score 40 points in an NFL game, you should win what? 99% of the time? 99. I think that's a fair number. 99% of the time. And if I go back with LaFleur, because I hated that last drive, if I go back with LaFleur and I go back to the first half, you march down the field and score. They can't stop the pass. You get the ball back. You get back down there again, about midfield. It's 4th and 2. And you don't throw the football? You don't go for it? Oh, we don't want to do this. I mean, at that point, we didn't know the defense was going to suck. At that point, how do you not go for it on 4th and 2 at that point? They couldn't stop you. Why wouldn't you go for it, Matt? I tweeted out. I was like, man, that lack of aggression, that was not good. And this nonsense here in overtime, playing for the tie with 4.5 minutes to go in overtime. And then I got to listen to Collinsworth. Well, you know who the Cowboys kicker is? Man, I don't give a damn who the Cowboys kicker is. I do not care. They needed 7, period. Not because of who the Cowboys kicker is, because their defense stunk. That's why they needed the damn touchdown. Could have been Tommy as the kicker. It wouldn't have mattered. If they got the ball back, I was pretty much convinced they were going to score a touchdown. One way or the other. Golly, man. Tie game. Who cares? That felt like a loss. It's going to feel like a loss.
No.
Yes,
no,
it feels like a loss.
I completely feel like that was a tie.
The
like
Bears
that
absolutely crushed this team.
Do not care.
On the radio.
Offense looked terrible last week. Terrible. And they come back and put up 40 next week.
Come on.
Totally.
They looked terrible against a Cleveland defense. They got railroaded by the Lions.
Yeah, exactly.
And now they come back and score 40 against the Cowboys team that the Bears scored 41.
Could have absolutely been worse. There was the freak play on the special team, the point after,
No, that's not a freak play. That's becoming a regular thing.
I'm just saying that.
And it was Musgrave again.
Yeah, exactly. I know you saw it.
It was Kraft last week, but on that first one last week, when it almost happened on the extra point, it was Musgrave. That's why they pulled Musgrave and put Kraft in the second time, and then Kraft gave it up and got it blocked. Listening to the radio broadcast driving in here, Wayne Larrivee, who I love very much, on the radio was talking about the Cowboys, and he's like, folks, this is not a very good football team. I'm telling you that right now, right? Couple minutes later, Cowboys score. They come out of the break, and Larrivee then retracts what he said and said, okay, look, I didn't mean to say they weren't a very good football team, but they're not an elite team, right? They're definitely not as good as the Green Bay Packers. I hate to do this. How good really is this team? You know what I mean? Like, how good are we? You come out, you hammer the Lions, you take care of business against Washington, you lose to a garbage offense in Cleveland, good defense, but a garbage offense in Cleveland, and then you tie with this pathetic Cowboys team that might win 6 or 7 games all year.
I think that you're looking at this from a
terrible
standpoint.
We may have completely overrated this team.
No,
we may have completely.
Week 4.
We may have completely overrated this team.
They have the bye week next week, and you know what's great? You can go down, look over at our Twitter page at the Fan Milwaukee. Go find us on Facebook at the Fan Milwaukee. You can comment in the dugout chat here. And not a single person is complaining about how Jordan Love played after a week of which the offense put up 10 points against a much worse team. I don't care about the defense.
Defense is much better than this Cowboys
worse team. Who's going to win more games, the Cowboys or the Browns this year?
I don't know.
Okay, come on. It's going to be the Cowboys.
I'm serious. I don't know.
No, the Cowboys will win more games than Cleveland.
They may not. Sure. Cowboys may not win 6 games all year. What's Cleveland going to win? 4 to 5?
Yeah, less than 6.
So it'll be somewhere in the same area. They're both going to stink.
And Jordan Love looked awesome today. Led plenty of drives today that looked like QB1 level drives and got no help from the rest of his team today, which no one is thinking that the offense is the identity of this team in general. That is very positive to leave with. You remember the tie? You remember the last, I can't remember if this is the last time they tied, but the tie was the reason why Green Bay got into the postseason when Aaron Rodgers hit, was it Jordy Nelson or Randall Cobb in the Chicago Bears game the last week of the season? Ties, while they don't feel great in the moment, like that is much better than a loss to the Dallas Cowboys at the end of the year.
You're talking technicalities of what it means. I don't give a crap about technicalities. I'm telling you emotionally right now, this feels like a loss. Yes, technically it's a tie. Technically it's better in the standings than a loss. Yes, I understand how it works. I'm telling you emotionally, this sucked on many levels. Like, yes, Jordan Love played well. That's great. Yes, the offense looked good. The fact that Emmanuel Wilson looked better than Josh Jacobs, that's something else to be talked about. That's another conversation to be had.
100 yards all purpose again, Josh Jacobs.
I understand. I'm just saying, Wilson looked like he was running the ball better than Jacobs.
My guy, Emmanuel Wilson, my guy.
Yes, he has been your guy.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't proclaim him like the greatest receiver in the history of football, but he's been your guy. Yes, I'll give you credit. Never letting that go.
Never.
We worked together for 20 years. I'm going to be bringing up Jayden Reed when he's doing the show with us. I'm going to be like, that was your guy over there. He thought you were going to be really good. Now you're sitting next to me. Tommy Wirtz is over there. Steve Sparky Fiver here. Yeah, it's a tie. 40-40. Second highest tie in NFL history, apparently. Let's go. Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. I feel like we should vent. I don't really vent after a loss, but there's lots to vent on this one. 414-677-1250. Tweet us or Facebook us at The Fan Milwaukee. Tommy will read the Dugout YouTube chats coming in. You can also record and sound off and send in a message that way too. No swearing, please, when you record messages and send them in. I ask you no swearing and make sure we can understand you. So if you are in a loud bar or something and like, oh, they might not be able to understand me, by all means, get to somewhere quiet and then record it and send it in. It's on your Odyssey app. It is simple to do. Just follow The Fan on your Odyssey app. Make sure you're on our page while you're streaming us, and then you can record and send the message in. Very, very simple. So make sure to do that too. All right. Nicolay Law Fan Talking text on 414-677-1250. Man, I'm mad. I am so mad. Now you go into a bye week and you get that crappy Bengals team on the other side who, again, thinking logically, they should be 4-1 after that.
Oh, I can't wait for them to tie against the Bengals.
I'm going to that game, and I swear to God.
Oh, it'd be so sparky if it tied at the game you were at.
Dude,
that would be so
telling you.
Sparky.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Let's go to the phones. Trail on the north side. You're first up on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line after a 40-40 tie.
Rocky, you might have said the most rightest thing, if that's a word.
Sure,
the most rightest
now.
thing I've heard all night. Do we know how good this football team is? I'm just being honest with you.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you, I hope Devontae White is not hurt, seriously. I hope it's something that he can bounce back within 2 or 3 weeks. Because if we miss him, they got to find somebody else to get in that middle of that defense, because we were getting gashed up the middle with those runs, and then the team, the defense looked like a totally different team. But I honestly, and then we had a special teams blunder again. I just said it the other week. I said this happens again, and it's an issue. So now it's an issue that they got to figure out. And I just believe Schottenheimer coached Matt LaFleur in the first half. And I believe that momentum ran over to the second half, where it just became a back and forth game. I believe offensively, even though we scored 40 points, after that first quarter, Matt LaFleur took his foot off the gas, and Dallas took some momentum after that block field goal and got that 2 points, and they controlled that quarter, the second quarter. And we were doing some type of tricky type plays like we've been doing these last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand what he's doing when he does that. But what he does is he's stalling any type of momentum that's going on, and he's allowing these teams to stick in the game or either come back or whatever and get the momentum. And I I just don't like when he does that. I hope he fixes that during his bye week.
But it'd be one thing if it'd be Trell. It'd be one thing if they worked, but his trick plays don't work. Ben Johnson runs a trick play in Detroit or Chicago. It works most of the time. This dude runs a trick play. It hardly ever works. And he's trying to be smartest guy in the room to show how clever he can be, which, like, you don't have to do that. You've got enough talent.
Why is he not using Tucker Kraft? Like, more? Why is he not just like doing?
No idea.
I just don't understand the offense at times, and I think that's kind of a stumbling block. Because even in the games where defense played real good, it just seems like the offense was just pedaling along and just waiting for the other team to catch up for them to do something. I don't like that. So I don't know. I think that played a big part in this game right here. Even though they scored 40 points, this tie feels just like a loss. I'm sorry. I just can't get to it.
I'm with you. Thanks for the call. He talked that whole call about offense. Did he not? Other than Devontae Wyatt?
Yeah.
That was no talk of Carrington Valentine being horrible. The safety play.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They have 2 turnovers in 4 weeks. That's all they have is 2 turnovers as a defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there has to be more. I mean, last year you started off on fire. Xavier McKinney having a pick every game. They were creating turnovers left and right. Now today, you don't get much pass rush on Dak Prescott. You don't create turnovers. And your Carrington Valentine's playing off the ball like 5 to 10 yards and then whiffing on tackles. The amount of missed tackles in this football game. Seriously, what is going on? Edgerrin Cooper, Carrington Valentine, Edgerrin Cooper. Hey, man.
Yep.
I get it.
Have a conversation about that.
I get it, right? All pro talk before the year and all that. Undisciplined Edgerrin Cooper, which was a knock on him last year when he was out there, but he was a rookie, right? Well, now it's year 2. Take a step, man. Take a step.
Well, and on top of it, Quay Walker is playing phenomenal.
Yes.
He looks great. The last 2 weeks especially, and even through the first 4 weeks, he's looked awesome. But he is playing better than Edgerrin Cooper as of right now for the Packers on the defensive side. I completely agree. I do think that, again, while Carrington Valentine also deserves some slack or some flack for today, Keyshawn Nixon looked awesome again until that last play where Dak Prescott just threw it up and he totally thought it was going to be out of play anyway and not be a factor at all. I thought that was also promising to know that I do think Keyshawn Nixon through 4 weeks has proven why he could be a DB1 on this team.
I don't really care about Keyshawn Nixon at this point. I don't.
You know how much worse this game would be if it was 40-37? This game would be so much worse if the Packers lost 40-37.
I don't think I could be much more angry than I am. I really don't. I don't think I can. I don't think physically I can get myself to be that angry more than I am right now.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if they ran out of time on that last play?
Do you know what I think the problem
that would have been way worse angry.
Right.
That was terrible.
Everybody would have blamed Jordan Love for losing the game.
Yes.
And they should have, because it would have been on Jordan Love for losing that game. This is what my issue is. It's my own fault, right?
Oh, no.
It's my own fault. On Friday, when we do predictions, we did make a prediction, but I do what I like to call roll out the helmets, where they win by 17 or more. And history will tell you on this radio station, when I do that, a lot of times I jinx the hell out of the team and they end up losing the game or something horrible happens or whatever. So maybe it's my own fault, but I did not see a way of how the Cowboys would score 40 points in this game.
Yes.
I thought 3, maybe 7, 40? Come on, man. Randy Southside, you're next on the Green Bay Football Postgame Show here on The Fan. What's up?
Hey, guys. I don't even know what to say right now.
Yep.
First of all, I told my dad, I said, I would rather lose this game because, and he said to me, well, it'll help for during playoff time. And I said, you know what? If we play like this, we don't deserve to be in the damn playoffs.
Correct.
Because I'll tell you what.
You're right.
And I blame the coaching on this, both sides, because I'll tell you what. I'm so sick and tired of run, pass, punt. And if I see it one more time, I'm going to scream because, dude, we are not a running team. We are a freaking passing team. And you know what? You look at the Lions, man. The Lions throw the ball and then they run it. I am so sick of seeing, especially, dude, at the end of the game, I called it. I said, he's going to play for a tie. And that's exactly what he did.
He sure did.
He had plenty of chances to throw in the end zone. And you know, and even at the end of the game, he had plenty of chances to go to the end zone. But what does he do? He waits till the last play of the game to go for a touchdown. Are you kidding me? And then on defense, we're playing 10, 15 yards off these guys. I mean, was there ever a time, dude, the first 2 weeks were awesome because everybody was around the ball. They were everywhere. Now there's guys running free everywhere. What is going on?
Yep. I hear you. I'm not arguing with you at all on anything that you said, other than they definitely view themselves as a running team. And that's before the season started. I was saying the exact same thing. Look, you do not want to get into this where Jordan Love is throwing the ball, 35, 40 times a game. I think in their mind, they want to be 2 tight ends, run the ball effectively, play act, take your deep shots off of that, keep the defense off the field, and win time of possession. I think that was the game plan coming into this thing. But the problem is that you're down 2 offensive linemen. The guys that you have put in have failed miserably to run block in any way, shape, or form. Elton Jenkins has had a train wreck of a start to the season as well at center, trying to play that position. And because of that, it's completely upended how good you should be running the football. I mean, they literally are one of the worst teams in football running the football after 3 weeks coming into tonight. They weren't even close. But part of that is the injuries. Thanks for the call. And I get it. Next man up, all of this stuff. But sometimes there's a reason why the guy starting is not backing up. And there's a reason why the guy backing up is not starting. And sometimes the valley of talent between 1 and 2 is way too big to overcome. It's just too big of a gap to overcome to be able to run the same type of stuff. And in this situation here for the Packers, and we asked this question on Friday too, what's more important here? Is it more important to get Jordan Love going and have a big game, or is it more important to get Josh Jacobs in this ground game going? Do you know what happened before the game? Larry McCarron asked the same question to Matt LaFleur on the pregame show. The exact same question. And he talked about getting Josh Jacobs in that ground game going, not because of only just Josh Jacobs, but because of getting that offensive line on track and going, which is the exact same thing I said on Friday in Wisconsin Sports Daily. And that was what they were going to try to do. And early on, it didn't work. As the game went on, it started to open up, and they started to break through a little bit more with Jacobs, who fell short of 4 yards in average again. And then, of course, with Emmanuel Wilson, who averaged what, like 5.5 yards?
Yeah, he was a stud. Whatever.
Yeah, 5.5 yards, 8 for 44. Mm-hmm. So it started to break open a little bit there. But yes, they want to be that. They want to be a balanced team, is what they'll tell you. But also at the same time, they want teams to focus on trying to stop the run before they start worrying about throwing the football and losing that way and controlling Josh Jacobs.
Here is a serious problem this team has. Serious problem. They have no knockout punch. They have 0 knockout punch with the, they come out again, another double-digit lead, start the game, and then they start doing these trick plays. Then they do that double pass with Savion Williams and Jordan Love.
That was horrible play.
I don't know what that is. And anytime they're motioning in Savion Williams, everyone knows now there's a run. It's a run. Whoever gets the ball, it's going to be either Savion or Jacobs doing this little end around, whatever. Like, they have super hard tells on their trick plays. On top of that, their special teams. You said, I don't trust McManus during one of the kickoff. I forget which one, if it was to tie the game at the end or not at the end of regulation. Like, I don't trust McManus. That is also false.
Not McManus. It was a field goal
right,
unit.
But you just said McManus because of the kick.
That's
right,
correct.
Like, that's because of this special teams now, back-to-back weeks, having a block kick. That's got to be addressed, obviously, as well. And that was really the difference in the game, right? I mean, that flipped all the momentum. The Jordan Love fumble, I think we can get over it. I will say that it's back-to-back weeks where Jordan Love also does have the worst timing turnovers of all time. Like, it feels like with the interception and the fumble. But other than that, again, like the offense, obviously Jordan Love is establishing that his safety valve is Romeo Doubs.
What about the
time.
run, Jordan, run?
Yes.
Where he flipped the field on that one run.
Huge.
And then there was a penalty. I was like, oh my God, if it's on the offense, I'm just going to cry. And thankfully it wasn't. It was on the defense. But he flipped the field using his legs.
Yeah.
He did that more tonight with running to the right, running to the left, because the offensive line wasn't doing a great job, and running all over the place and making throws on the run.
And Trell brought up a great point, too, that I would love to know an update on Devontae Wyatt as well, because that is going to be a massive loss. You know, Nasir Stackhouse is a great story. He was not getting a lot of push off today. I don't even know. Was Colby Wooden active? Was he active today? Was Barron Sorrell active? Like, I mean, anything else on the interior was nothing. I also think that they're lacking a lot of that creativity and versatility with Micah Parsons that everyone was talking about, right? When he comes over, oh, he can rush from this side, he can rush from that side, he can rush up the middle. It's like, I'm pretty sure I've only ever seen him lined up on a tackle right now, whether it is on the left or right side of that line. Like, maybe there's some, you know, I don't think you can be mad at Matt LaFleur in this game other than like the last drive of the game, maybe, but he's the play caller and they put up 40 points. Like, Jeff Hafley is not supposed to give up 40 points. Rich Bisaccia is not supposed to have a kick blocked every week. Like, by far, Matt LaFleur was the best coach / coordinator on the field today. By far for Green Bay.
That very well may be, but I'm not going to get over the last drive in overtime. When that drive started going, I looked at you and I said, dude, he's playing for a damn tie.
They were playing for a tie, 100%.
And you're like, oh, there's 4 minutes left, Spark. There's 4 minutes left. This is not a big deal.
You can run the ball with 4 minutes in overtime.
Then you get to the 2-minute warning. I'm like, telling you, play for a tie. Here we go. And that's exactly what this dude was doing. He took one shot. That's all he took. Unbelievable. 40-40 tie. Packers and the Cowboys. We'll take your time out. We'll come back. Take your calls, your tweets. We got to read some of these quotes or these messages coming in on YouTube. Those things are flying in on the Dugout Chat on YouTube. Read some of those, some tweets, some Facebook posts. All straight ahead. Dial it up. Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. The game ended in a damn tie. It's the Green Bay Football post-game show. Right here on live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Sparky here.
Let's go inside the box score. It's the Green Bay Football Postgame Show with Steve Sparky Pfeiffer on The Fan.
Packers Cowboys tie. Yeah. That's apparently a thing in football now with these new overtime rules. 40-40. I'm just disgusted with this whole thing. Let's hear from you, Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text Line. We'll see if anybody is actually happy with a tie. We'll see if anybody is, this isn't so bad, Spark. A tie's better than a loss. I swear to you, I was on Twitter. I was looking at our talk and text line. A lot of text messages come in. I'll read some of those too. Hop on the phones too if you'd like to. 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. Tommy's going to read some of these messages coming in on YouTube. Search The Fan Milwaukee on YouTube. Got videos, shorts, all that fun stuff. Don't forget tomorrow morning, 6A to 9A. Josh and Trevor kick off the morning. Now, it's Josh and Mitch Nellis tomorrow because Trevor's not here for Inside Sports Wisconsin because he's in Dallas at the game. Oh, boy. So he said he's going to call in tomorrow, I think. So you may have Trevor calling in. But Josh and Mitch Nellis tomorrow morning, 6 to 9. 9 to noon with Kuhn. That's right, John Kuhn. I can't wait to hear what kind of mood he's in. Rami Makloff with him. Brandon Snide with him from 9 till noon. Then it's Mason Crosby and our guy, Tommy Wirtz, other side of the glass from noon until 2. I would think Mason's going to be fired up about another block kick. And then 2 to 5, Wisconsin Sports Daily, served up by Wendy's, myself, and Charlie Houston. And then 5 to 6, Fan Post-Game Show with Tommy Wirtz tomorrow, wrapping up the day's events. So a busy Green and Gold Monday tomorrow here on The Fan. Tell your friends, tell your family. We are local now every day, 6A to 6P. Your thoughts on the Packers tying this game quickly. Jordan Love, 31 of 43, 337 and 3 touchdowns, which is great. That's lovely. Josh Jacobs, 22 carries, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. Emmanuel Wilson, 8 for 44. Jordan Love, 3 for 28, highlighted by this one.
3rd and 2 with 4 coming. Love slides through the opening, takes off, has the first down. There's a flag down in the secondary as Love is brought down around the 36-yard line. It's a big gain of 26 if it holds up.
A great play by Jordan Love running for 26 yards. So that was 26 of the 28 he ended up with. Matthew Golden, 1 carry for 5 yards. Savion Williams, 1 for 1. Receiving, Josh Jacobs, 4 for 71. Romeo Doubs, 6 for 58 on the day. 3 touchdowns, including this one here.
And Love slanted. Doubs, touchdown. Romeo's 2 for the second time tonight.
Romeo Doubs just doing his thing, the second touchdown of the day. That was that quick slant pass that we've seen from the Packers between Love and Doubs. Ends up with 3 on the day for Doubs. Highlights courtesy there of NBC. Matthew Golden, 5 for 58. Tucker Kraft, 5 for 56. Emmanuel Wilson, 3 for 37. Savion Williams, 3 for 22. Wicks, 2 for 19. Malik Heath had 1 for 9. Musgrave, 1 for 6. Brooks, 1 for 1. Obviously, Love with a fumble. We'll get to the defensive side of the ball a little bit later in. So there's your inside the box score. To the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and text line, AJ in Appleton. You're next here on the Green Bay Football Postgame Show with me, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer. What's up, AJ?
Spark, I gotta ask you. I mean, so you're talking like they lost. They did not lose. The offense did enough to get the win in a hostile environment.
No, it wasn't.
Micah Parsons.
No, it wasn't. Don't make stuff up. That crowd that was a Packer crowd of all things.
So it wasn't an issue.
Wasn't
with
hostile.
Parsons going back into Dallas. That wasn't an issue at all.
Not hostile. There was a ton of Packer fans there.
Okay. So anyway, so they go in there. Prior years, they lose that game. Prior weeks, they lose that game. Jordan Love throws a terrible interception to end that game. He did what he could do in that game. Emotionally, they took it to that level. They came up short, but they tied in a environment, and I'll say it was a hostile environment. It was a weird emotional environment. You can't say who was there. You can't say if it was 75% Packers fans. 75%.
Did you hear them chanting "Go Pack Go"? Was the crowd louder when the Packers were doing something than when the Cowboys were doing something?
Who
It did
cares?
not. It did not feel like a hostile Seattle Seahawks environment to me at all.
Who cares?
You're the one calling it hostile, not me, AJ. I didn't come up with that term. You did.
I've been in Wrigley and I've heard people saying "Go Brewers," and
Yes?
the Brewers lose at Wrigley.
But I wouldn't say
Doesn't
that's
matter.
hostile either. There's a bunch of
I'm
drunk Cup
saying-
fans.
The environment of them going in, the players, it was very emotional for Micah Parsons
Sure.
going in there. It
Fine.
was hostile. That was hostile in that aspect. You can't say that. Like, are you saying that no player has ever gone into a play like into a back home?
Here,
like
I'll
that?
tell you one, AJ. I'll tell you hostile in my mind, okay? Brett
Okay.
Favre comes back to Green Bay and gets booed out of the building. That's hostile for sure, right? That did not happen to Micah Parsons. They did not boo Micah Parsons. They cheered Micah Parsons. Nothing
How do
hostile.
you know that? How do
They
you
said
know
it.
that?
They said it on TV. Then he came out to
Oh,
applause.
they said it on TV. Oh my God, they said it on TV, so it must be true.
Oh, so well, that's fine. You can believe whatever you like, AJ.
Holy
You are
smokes,
AJ.
man. Come
Why?
on.
Why would
Be
they
real
make
with
that
me
up?
here.
AJ, why would they
Be
make that
real
up?
with me. Why would anyone make anything up?
Well, you don't believe
You don't
anything
think the
anybody's.
media makes anything up on there?
AJ,
Please.
that's fine. Thanks for the call. AJ thinks everything is made up on TV. That's fine. I don't see a reason why Collinsworth and the crew would lie and say there was applause for Micah Parsons. AJ's like, "Oh, you guys can't believe what they say on TV." Oh. Okay.
I
You
think,
and
I
I
think
view like-
emotional would have been a much better word than hostile.
It was not hostile. There was
Hostile
nothing
was a
hostile
strong
about
word.
it. Yes.
Emotional for Micah,
Brett Favre
emotional for
coming
Jerry.
Brett Favre coming back to
Sure.
Green Bay, getting booed. That was hostile.
Hostile.
That
correct.
was hostile.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers, after he says he owns the Bears. Okay,
Yeah.
there's some hostility from Bears
Sure,
fans.
sure.
Go in there. There's no damn hostility in this damn
emotional. I can give you emotional. Hostility, no,
No.
there was not hostile
No.
by any means.
game. Moving on. All right, Nicolay Love Fan Talking text line 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. I want to get a couple of text messages into on the Nicolay Love Fan Talking text line. How about this one? I didn't know this one. I don't know if this is, I'm going to assume it's true, but I don't know for sure. From the 443, remember that Matt LaFleur's teams this season have no wins as a 6.5 point favorites. How many games have they been a 6.5 point favorite? 2?
Okay, like
2?
yeah,
They're 0-2
Let's
then? Is that what it
slow
is?
down on like
It's
week 4, guys.
Right.
All right, like yes.
262, seriously questioning the coaching staff after these last 2 weeks. Seems like we finally have the needed personnel, except for the unhealthy offensive line.
Right,
but
not
the
the
game-
correct personnel.
Right, but the game plans and play calls have been highly questionable, totally outcoached in this game, says the 262.
How? They put up 40. You can't say he's outcoached when he put up 40. Jeff Hafley got beat today, 100%. Rich Bisaccia got beat today. But, like, Matt LaFleur calls the plays, and he put up 40.
Seeming a little hostile.
Okay.
Seeming a
All
little
right.
hostile.
Yeah. that's
Tim in West Dallas,
insane.
you're next to the Green Bay Football Postgame Show. What's up, Tim?
Hey guys, I'm just trying to figure out how the new overtime rules are fair for both teams, and why would you kick the ball off in overtime when you don't have any control of the clock?
What do you mean?
Well, Dallas got the kickoff.
Right.
Right.
If they go down the field and they use up the 10 minutes and they kick a last-second field goal and there's no time on the clock, how do we get the ball back? Each team's supposed to have the ball
That's correct.
at least one time,
Yeah,
right? So how's that fair?
I guess they're just
The reason-
banking on it. Yeah, being not a 10-minute drive.
Right, exactly. And that you guys were saying it looked like we were playing for the tie. Well, we had a great drive going, but we got screwed on the time that we had. They had the ball for like 6 or 7 minutes,
Right.
and we had it for 4. How is that fair?
Well, in previous
would-
years, right, it's just like the game's over after the field goal, and then they finally changed it to the
Right,
touchdown.
yeah,
And I
right.
mean, I still don't. I don't know what's the right call on that. Are you supposed to
Well,
take the ball first? Or are you supposed to
you
go
have
second?
to. You have to, because we tied the game because the clock got us. Now, in college, each team gets the ball at the 25. There's no clock.
Right.
So how is it fair? Like, they could have kicked a field goal.
Okay, hold on. So let me see if I got
They could have had the ball. They
Right.
could have had the ball for 9 minutes and 40 seconds and just kicked the field goal.
All right, Tim, I'll tell you what.
So we
this
get the
is
ball for 20 seconds.
Yep, I got you. All right, so I got it.
Yeah.
Tim, I think you make a great
Yeah.
point. I do. So
All
this
right.
is what they should do then. Let me see if we all agree on this. So then in overtime, there shouldn't be a clock. A play clock, yes, to make sure you still get the plays off in an orderly fashion. Sure.
Right.
But no actual quarter clock. The quarter clock wouldn't start until after both teams have possessed the ball. Then the
Exactly.
quarter clock begins at that point. I think that makes a lot of sense. That's the fix. That's a good point,
So,
Tim. Yeah.
What kind of idiots guys are getting together and
Tim,
making
I have a
these
question.
stupid
I have a
rules?
question for
I
you,
mean,
Tim. If you were the head coach and if you were Matt LaFleur tonight and you give up the touchdown to Dallas in that overtime instead of the field goal, do you go for 2 in that instance to win the game? Because you're giving up points to Dallas.
Okay, one more time. I didn't. In overtime,
if Dallas scores, if they would have got a touchdown there, if you're the Packers, do you go for 2 at the end? Go because
probably because you're the away team,
right?
You know,
and you knew you were going to give up points if you just gave it back to them for a second time in overtime.
And then
right?
if they score, they win. It's over.
Right. So go for the win or go for the loss.
And,
if you go for 2 with that 8 point at the second possession.
And that would have been damning on the defense for sure from LaFleur. Thanks for the call, Tim. I appreciate it. I got to get to another break coming up here momentarily. Who's on hold? Tony in Texas. I'll get to you after this next break. I promise. We only got like 30 seconds left here before the break. I got another one coming in here. 312 on the talking text line. Nikolai Lawtown on the text line. Why is it that over the last few games, Jordan Love has done some questionable plays at the end of halves?
Why would you read that? Why would
I'm going to read it. If it comes in, I'm going to read it.
No, I have all these to read over here.
All that. I'm going to read it.
Retweeting Jordan Love hate mail.
I didn't read that one though out loud. The one that came in that he's mad that I retweeted, I'll read after this time out. Packers tie 40-40. Tony in Texas, you're up next. I'll read some more text messages. I apologize to YouTube because we still haven't got to your chats. That's coming up next year on The Fan.
is over, and it's time to talk about what happened. We'll go inside the locker room, dive into the numbers, and take your calls on the Green Bay Football Postgame Show. Let's get to Steve Sparky Pfeiffer to talk about today's game on The Fan.
The game was tied. That's how it ended. 40-40 is the tie in this one. I'm livid. Tommy's mad that everybody's mad. I'm telling you, it's something here, folks. It is something.
Don't turn me against every
off
single
the air.
person.
It has been something. That last few minutes in that commercial break, Tommy fired up, yelling and screaming about everybody. It is something right now. It is something. We are live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Sparky here. Tommy Wirtz over there. All right, I'll get to Tony in Texas quickly. Read a comment or two from the Dugout chat on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I'll read this one here from, how about Rainbow Trout? Turning this crap off. Can't stand to listen to whoever this idiot producing is. Shilling for the Packers.
You're costing us listeners, Tommy.
Yeah, it's my fault all here because I like this one here from Brandon. Offensive line is terrible with the injuries. Where is the depth? Yes, we have complained about that. That is a fair complaint. As
I've stated, and I will state again, when you decide that you're going to spend all that money on Micah Parsons and Jordan Love, have $100 million, and as an organization, since Goody's been in charge, you have determined that you are dedicated to being the youngest team in football year in and year out, then your depth pieces are first and second year players. Now, in this case, you got a 4-year guy out there in Kennard, but up until this point, he wasn't even good enough to beat out the guys in front of him. Now he's out there, but that's the issue. That depth issue is across the entire football team.
Yeah.
Your third and fourth guys are first and second year players. And we're being honest, across football, that's normally the case.
Brett also, Love has the worst line in football and his top 2 receivers out. Can we stop blaming him? The offensive line looks like the longest yard when they stop blocking for Paul Crew.
Yeah, very true. All right, Nicolay Lawfat talking text line. Let's go. If you still want to vent and complain and be mad like me, feel free. Tommy is here to tell you you're nuts. 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. Tony in Texas. You're next to the Green Bay Football Postgame Show here on The Fan. What's up, Tony?
Oh, Sparky, everyone's pissed off. You're mad. People are mad at Tommy.
Yep.
But I'll tell you 3 people that are very happy tonight. Roger Goodell, the head of NBC Sports, and Jerry Jones. They're all 3 happy.
Yeah, Jerry Jones is happy, right? I mean, they didn't lose, ecstatic. So it's a victory for Jerry Jones.
He's ecstatic, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a win. And I've been to all these games, Spark. I moved down to Texas, Dallas area in 93 for college. I've been to all – I literally have gone – to every one of these games from 93 on, the Favre era, all the losses.
He was there tonight.
Yeah, he was. And then I went to the, when Rodgers came in there in that Thursday night game when Favre got hurt, went to that one. All the ones at 18th Stadium, the one with Matt Flynn. And tonight I said to myself, you know what? I just don't care tonight. I'm not going to go. I'm just going to hang out by the bar and watch the game at a bar. And I got to say, it's like kissing your sister. Is very odd the way I feel tonight. And there's 2 questions I got for you. These are the 2 questions I got. Can Jordan Love win a Super Bowl? And can Matt LaFleur win a Super Bowl after this game? What do you think?
Can Jordan Love win a Super Bowl? Yes, I believe Jordan Love can win a Super Bowl.
I agree.
Yes.
Can Matt LaFleur win the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
I feel the same way, Spark. That's not a good feeling.
No,
that's not a good feeling.
I don't know.
He's on the hot seat. 2 winless games against teams that you have superior talent. I don't care about the banged up offensive line. Other teams are banged up too. You've got to finish these teams off. I know they put up 40. You got to finish these teams off. Special teams have been a disaster for years. It bit them again. Those 2 points, it bit them again.
Yeah.
It bit them when they had Rodgers against the Niners in the playoffs. How many years is special teams going to get them? They haven't fixed it.
Well, they tried. You're paying Versace $1 million a year to try and fix it. Before this, they didn't pay anybody special teams.
Can I ask Tony a question? Tony, do we have any complaints that are different if the Packers win this game today? Do we have any complaints different if they win the game?
Same complaints.
Same complaints.
I wasn't going to be happy even if they won because there was way too much crap that went wrong in this game.
and I know you're up against it, but they are playing down to their competition, almost like a Bucks game, Sparky. Like,
hey,
you and I are basketball
I'll
guys.
tell you right now, I swear to you that this is exactly what Kay sent me earlier tonight. I will read the text. Beyond awful, they are like the Bucks. They play down to bleeping, because she swore, teams. That's exactly, I got it at 10:52. Yes.
They're playing like an NBA team, like you're playing the Hornets on a Tuesday night, but you're playing the Browns at noon.
Yep.
Okay. Win the game. There's only 17 of these games. There's only 17.
That's all.
It's a privilege to get to the playoffs. It's not like something that we're just going to waltz to the playoffs. No, I think we have still a top 3 to 4 talented team, but they're not playing like it. And it's frustrating, and they better fix it quickly over this bye.
Thanks for the call, Tone. I appreciate it. You want positive? You want a positive? I'll give you a positive.
I don't even want you to force this.
I'm not forcing it. They ain't dropping balls this year.
Yeah.
That's a positive.
Mike,
4 weeks. We have not come on this postgame show and go, damn, they dropped 4 more.
Mike Tirico tried to have us turn against Matthew Golden on the
They
last
were wrong.
drive.
Oh, it's a double catch. There was no damn double catch.
This is right. He had it the whole time. The whole time. Dontavian Wicks had a good run after catch when he caught the ball in overtime. Obviously, Romeo Doubs has been the guy for Jordan Love in the first 4 weeks of the season. I mean, 3 touchdown day for him. Like, give him some flowers too. That's got to be a career high for Romeo Doubs. I completely agree that the complaints are all going to be the same if they win this game too. The defense looked horrible. Bisaccia, I can be on your side on I'm done with Bisaccia. I think Hafley obviously takes a step back tonight, and the offensive line, it's night and day from the first 2 weeks to the last 2 weeks of the season, and it makes so much of an impact. And if you don't see that as the biggest problem right now for Green Bay, that's where I go. It's so different than what their offensive line was against Detroit to start the season and how well that line performed against a front that a lot of people were intimidated by to start this season.
Yep.
And now the last 2 weeks, they have gotten their lunch eaten the entire time. It's been awful, terrible, abysmal. That makes me more upset than anything else about this Green Bay Packers team.
262 says LaFleur botched that last drive, making us settle for the tie, and everyone in capital letters is putting up almost 40 against the Cowboys. That's no feat, says the 262 in the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line. You got nothing for that one. You got nothing for that one. You got nothing for that
Through
one.
4 weeks, everyone has put up 40.
Hey.
Everyone is the Giants. I understand the Giants stink. Yes, the Packers need to be better than the New York Giants. The Packers need to be better than the Dallas Cowboys. All I'm trying to take is a spin on today's day where you all are going to have the exact same complaints at the back end of this game regardless. So be mad if you want to be mad. They could have lost this game, and they almost did 1 second away from losing this game. And Green Bay should be lucky at the end of the game to say that they at least tied this game when they played like that today.
Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line 608 this time. It's a same time management issue every single game with Matt LaFleur. Great play caller. Doesn't know when to accelerate and come to a stop at a stop sign. Accelerate on 4th and 1 in quarter 1 when the Cowboys are on the ropes. Nope. Before the half, blow through the stop sign when the special teams cost them momentum. Same thing every year. Great play caller, not a good clock manager. That's from the 608.
It's a great take from the 608. I can absolutely get behind that too, to say that he's a great play caller and a poor game manager, clock manager, because this is not the first time we have seen Matt LaFleur in any sort of clock management situation. 100%. But you know what else? Mike McCarthy was just as bad as that too. It's been like this for 15 years in Green Bay right now. And it's a problem across the NFL. None of these guys play Madden like everyone else to understand clock management around there. They all think that they're superheroes and they can score on every play. Ego gets in the way of Matt LaFleur a lot in clock management. It did with Mike McCarthy. It does with Dan Campbell, with Kevin O'Connell. It does not matter. They all have egos too.
They do. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Matt LaFleur talked a little bit earlier tonight, as did Jordan Love. We got Micah Parsons too, right? So Micah Parsons, Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, Ryan Wood still to come from the Green Bay Press-Gazette. We'll hear from them as well. But first, let's do this.
Which scoring drive was the most important in today's game? It's time for the Drive of the Game, brought to you by Focus on Energy, turning big plays into big savings for Wisconsin businesses. You're listening to the Green Bay Football Postgame Show on The Fan with Steve Sparky Pfeiffer.
I got this one. I'll tell you which one was the most important one of the game. This one that ended with this. This was the most important one.
Here's McManus for the tie, 34. And this one is good, and this one ends in the second highest scoring tie game in NFL history.
Boo! You screwed the whole damn thing up. Literally, it's on you, LaFleur, for that last drive. It's on you. It's no question. I'm glad McManus tied it. I'm glad they didn't lose. Abso-freaking-lutely. But the way you did that dilly-dallying crap down the field, taking your time, no type of hurry, no type of, we got to score 7 here because we don't want to go and play it, continue on. None of that stuff. Instead, you ran the ball. You were running the ball. For the love of God, I was trying to figure out what all was going on. And I knew what was going on as soon as it started. And they were just not in any hurry. I was like, oh my God, he's not going to try and win this thing.
Well,
he's going to try and get out of here with a tie. That's exactly what they did. And LaFleur talks about it in his presser, and we'll get to it, and he'll try and defend himself. I didn't know he was going to go like that. If I had known it was going to go like that, I wouldn't have done it. Idiot.
I think that this should be another learning moment. I hate that phrase. Teachable moment, whatever it is, right?
To who?
To Matt LaFleur.
Man, he's been coaching here for
I got
long?
it.
It's
I got
the same
it.
crap we've seen from him for years.
What else do you want me to call
It's
it?
the
What
same
else do you
thing.
want me to call
If
it?
he hasn't learned by now, he ain't going to learn.
What do you want me to call it? Bonehead?
Yes.
Another look back at your dumb mistakes,
Yes.
okay?
Not learn from him. That's the issue.
Should have had the approach that he had in overtime at the end of the first half.
Hasn't your boy Crosby been critical of LaFleur about the same issue we're talking about?
I don't want to put
Clock
words in his mouth.
and stuff like that?
I don't want to put words in his mouth. I'm
heard
talking
him.
about for me.
I've heard him on his show. Has he not been critical on that show of him and clock management?
You know, Mason, he's got to be critical. He doesn't want to be critical sometimes. It's how he's feeling ever, you know.
Well, I bet you he'll be feeling not happy tomorrow.
Well, it's because that it's completely unacceptable for back-to-back weeks to have your kick blocked. Completely unacceptable. You get 2 block kicks in a season, that's too many. To have it back-to-back weeks against 2 teams that you need to handle the things that are guarantees, like, hey, making sure that the field goal team is out there blocking correctly.
Yep.
That is must happen every single time.
But again, Bisaccia can block for the player. The player's got to do his job.
Okay.
And with all due respect
You wanna know why
to Musgrave and Tucker Kraft, they both stink at it for the last 2 weeks.
Okay, great. Yeah, and I'm not denying that either. Then Matt LaFleur needs to take a higher priority on who should be blocking on the outside. Is that you want me to turn it back on Matt LaFleur after Rich Bisaccia stinks
I want
for
the
years
players
now
to
on this
simply
team?
do their job. You're not telling me that Bisaccia told Musgrave to block that play the way he did and miss that dude free and clear. Like, I don't believe that to be true. I think Musgrave screwed up what he was supposed to do and didn't do his job.
Yeah.
But y'all want to put heat on Bisaccia. But the player didn't do his job. Now, and maybe if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If Musgrave goes, hey, man, I blocked it like they coached me, okay, then by all means, yell and scream about Bisaccia. But I bet I would be willing to bet you money that dude blocked it wrong. Like last week when he almost had an extra point blocked, I bet you the same thing happened here. Without question. Do you know why it's zooming up on my face on YouTube? Because I'm yelling so loud, the thing is like shaking across from me.
Well, it's probably like creating a L on the wrinkle, the vein that comes down your forehead, right?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like it's connecting to your eyebrow, like
Correct.
right there. They think it's an L.
Here's a tweet for you from Jason. Does the coach really trust the quarterback?
Yeah, this is what I was mad about.
You tell me. Give me instances of where the answer is yes.
I mean, they went like the entire last drive of the game. They took a play at the end zone with 8 seconds left.
Okay, but if you saw
that's
LaFleur
still bad
talking
management, but
if you saw LaFleur talking to Love coming off the field, I'm pretty sure it was something like, why didn't you spike the ball? I don't think that was supposed to be a play. I could be wrong. I don't think that was something LaFleur wanted. To his question, and when I retweeted it, Tommy was mad at me. Still is.
Still mad.
Still not happy.
Still mad.
I don't think it's a bad question. I don't.
I mean, you guys.
There are times when he gets super conservative. Now, you could say, well, if he had Patrick Mahomes, he'd be the same way. Maybe. Don't know. We've never seen with Patrick Mahomes. But there has to be a reason why you take the air out of the football in certain situations. And he definitely takes the air out of the football in certain situations. Does he not? I mean, if you trusted your quarterback, would you do the same thing? Or would you be aggressive and go try and win the damn game? Listen, I love Jordan Love. I used to love LaFleur. Now I think I'm at like. But I like Matt LaFleur. But I don't think that's a horrible question. I don't.
How many head coaches are you taking over Matt LaFleur with this team right now? Is it 10?
Oh, I don't know.
No way it's 10.
Right off the top. I mean, Andy Reid, John Harbaugh.
Yep.
Tomlin. Maybe Jim Harbaugh. Tomlin. No, I don't know about Tomlin. I don't think I'm with Tomlin. I don't think I'm there on Tomlin. Tomlin gets to the playoffs, but they lose all the time when he gets to the playoffs. People in Pittsburgh have been wanting Tomlin fired for quite some time. They have. Yes, they have. Is that our guy right there? All right, let's get to him.
What happened in today's game? It's time to go inside the locker room with Packers beat writer Ryan Wood of the Green Bay Press-Gazette on the Green Bay Football Postgame Show on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan.
I will let you know before we start this. I've been yelling for an hour. So just be aware before we start that that's where we're at here. Ryan Wood, by Ryan Wood on Twitter, joins us now on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. This is a tie. I hate ties. I think they're stupid. But I'm emotionally treating this like a loss. And if I'm being honest, even if they had won this game, there are things I'd still be mad about. This was just not good on many levels, Ryan Wood.
Yeah, it's a lot better to be mad in a win, though, isn't it, than anything else?
Sure.
Sparky, I think you're in the right emotional place. Yes, the scoreboard says inexplicably 40-40, because if you would have told me coming into tonight that the Packers offense was going to drop 40 points, I would have told you they're winning by 3 touchdowns. Because I didn't think 20 points was capable on this defense. Apparently 40 is. But the fact that they played the way they did, quarterback Jordan Love played the way he did, Romeo Doubs goes for a hat trick, and it's 40-40, it feels like a loss. It's a tie that feels like a loss, and now that's going to linger. The fact that they didn't win it. And how about this? This is 4 straight times to open the season that they've opened with a double-digit lead before allowing a point. Now, just barely tonight, because obviously when they go up 13-0, they don't know how to block on field goals or extra points, and they get it blocked and returned the other way for a 2-point conversion for the Cowboys. But still, 13-0. Second straight week, they've gone up double digits without allowing a point and not won the game. That can't happen.
No.
It just can't happen.
I totally agree with you. All this love for Hafley, and don't let anybody go hire him to be a head coach and so forth. Well, nobody's going to want to hire what they just watched tonight. I promise you that much. But my thing is this. Yes, the cornerbacks we knew coming in weren't all pros, weren't Pro Bowlers, all of that stuff. But Carrington Valentine, oh my goodness, Ryan Wood. That was an experience watching him play tonight.
Carrington Valentine had a tremendous camp. He had a great close to last season, forced takeaways in 4 straight games. Thought he played okay to start this season. I have no idea what that was.
Awful.
That was not the Carrington Valentine we've seen for some time. So that's got to be better. It's bottom line. Micah Parsons said that he pulled Jordan Love aside after this game, and he apologized for the defense inexplicably not holding up its end of the bargain. I asked Micah Parsons, why was that? Because if you watch the first 25 minutes of this game, it looks like the Packers defense. It looks like what they did against the Lions, against the Commanders, against the Browns. It's looking like a trend, and then the floodgates opened. Now, he said that, and I think this is a fair point, that losing Devontae Wyatt certainly hurt. The season that Devontae Wyatt is having, that's a big loss to the knee injury. With that said, the Cowboys didn't have CeeDee Lamb. That happens in this league. You can't lose a defensive tackle, no matter how good they are, and have that happen.
Yep.
It's just that's part of the league, is playing without guys who are injured. So, look, the bye week's coming at a good time, not just because the offensive line needs to get healthy, Devontae Wyatt needs to get healthy, but week 5 needs to be the week on the bye that the Packers look man to man. Every man looks at themselves in the mirror, and they decide what kind of team they want to be. Because if you would have said after the first 2 weeks that they wouldn't win another game going into the bye, that they'd be 2-1-1, as weird as that sounds,
crazy.
I don't think anyone would have believed that.
No, we were talking
kind of
about.
Team do you want to be?
We were talking about when are they going to lose? Week 7, week 8, maybe. Like, it's going to be a while, and they haven't won a game since. Now, the other problem with that defense is, and I don't know if this came up, the amount of missed tackles in this game. Holy cow, Ryan Wood.
Well, I asked Matt LaFleur that question, the same question about what on earth happened to the defense in the second half. And rightly so. Matt LaFleur is the offensive play caller. He's not investigating the defense during the game. He's trying to prepare for the next drive. He needs the film to really dig into the tape to figure out what during the week what's going on defense. That's a fair answer. But he did say too many missed tackles, and for the love of God, someone forced a takeaway.
Yes.
Those are two huge issues. He didn't need film for that. Way too many missed tackles tonight. That has not been the Packers' defensive brand. Outside of a couple instances last week when I thought the offense put way too much on the defense in Cleveland, there were some missed tackles late. They were exhausted. They had been carrying the entire load. I get that. But that has not been the brand of this. The brand of this Packers defense is 11 helmets to the ball every play, without exception. That was not the case tonight. And then, for the love of God, someone take the football away. It's unbelievable, especially with the pass rush that they have had, that they have not had more takeaways. That has got to change after the bye.
Ryan Wood, Green Bay Press Gazette, Packers beat writer, joins us as he does on every Green Bay football postgame show. Hear him throughout the week as well on our shows throughout the week here on The Fan. Follow him on Twitter at @ByRyanWood. I'd like to know, as far as from an injury standpoint, if we know how severe that injury is to Devontae Wyatt.
No, we never know injuries after the game. We'll have to figure out Monday going into the week. Do they practice? We have no idea, but it needs to not be significant because, Sparky, it was last year, week 4 against the Minnesota Vikings, after 3 really strong games from Devontae Wyatt to start the season, that he had the high ankle sprain, and then that derailed the rest of his season. He wasn't the same guy until December. And what he was in December was really what he's been the first 3 games of this year. When he's healthy, he's a potential Pro Bowl defensive tackle. That's how he plays, especially with Micah Parsons next to him. That's the kind of production he gives. But now it's week 4 again, and there's an injury. He walked off the field unassisted. I think that's a positive sign, but you never really know. We'll have to see how it goes. But that needs to not be a major injury, because he is very important to that defense.
I have to talk about special teams. People want Bisaccia fired all over social media, and people texting and calling into the show as well. But, I mean, that was, again, a Musgrave error. Musgrave had an error last week. It didn't cost them, so I think they pulled him out and put Tucker Kraft in, and then that ended up getting beat, even though that's not the guy that blocked the ball. At some point, don't you have to figure out maybe changing personnel on that field goal unit if these guys can't figure out what they're doing?
At some point, the special teams for the Packers just have to actually do the bare basic minimum, and that's protecting on field goals and extra points. Not having penalties. You have to do the bare basic minimum. If they do that, this team's fine, but they're not even close to doing that. This is an incredibly poor special teams unit. Give Brandon McManus credit. I mean, he hit the field goal at the end to tie the game. He hit the one to send them to overtime. But doesn't it kind of feel like you're back to the point of every time you see him line up, and this is really not much fault of his own. It's protection. It's not on his foot, but you're kind of holding your breath like, oh my goodness, what is going to go wrong here? And the fact that that's not new. This is not something that's just starting. This is what the Packers special teams have been under Rich Bisaccia. Just to get better. Period.
Absolutely does. Ryan Wood, have safe travels back, and looking forward to hearing you the rest of the week here on the Fan, buddy.
All right, take care.
Take care. There is Ryan Wood. Follow him on Twitter at @ByRyanWood. Of course, Packer beat writer for the Green Bay Press Gazette. Packers Cowboys tie at 40. We'll come back, continue on. Talk about what was the turning point of the game. Back to more of your calls, texts, and some of your comments there on the YouTube chat as well. Nicolay Law Fan Talk and text line 414-677-1250, 414-677-1250. Tweets and Facebook available for you as well at The Fan Milwaukee. Live streaming this bad boy on YouTube. Search for us, The Fan Milwaukee. It is the Green Bay football post-game show broadcasting live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Sparky here.
made the big play on D. It's time for the defensive play of the game. On the Green Bay Football Postgame Show with Steve Sparky Pfeiffer on The Fan.
They gave up 40 points to the crappy Cowboys. And I've got to come up with a defensive play of the game, and they gave up 40? They've got 2 turnovers in 4 weeks. 2! We should just get rid of this segment. Like, why have a segment when you can't even get a damn turnover? So this is what I'm left to. 1 sack, according to the ESPN box score. And on TV, they said it wasn't even a damn sack.
Left side of the defensive line, right on the hash mark, closest to you. Dak, play fake, looking. Here's Parsons chasing. Dak taking off. Parsons gets him. He comes out. He's down by contact. That is no gain. Would technically be called a sack, depending on how the statisticians deem it. Either way, it's 3rd down.
It doesn't matter what it is. It is a touchdown saving play by Micah Parsons.
There you go. Collinsworth, Tirico on the call on NBC. I enjoy listening to those two. I got to say, I know some people don't like Collinsworth. Everybody loves Tirico, right? I don't know anybody that doesn't like Tirico. Are you okay with Tirico?
Yeah. He replaced Al Michaels. You know how much I love Mike Tirico. I can't stand Al Michaels.
So you like Tirico?
Oh, yeah. Love him.
Super nice guy in person, too, if you ever have a chance to meet him. Super great guy. Okay, so there you go. 40-40. Packers, not good. Quickly, because we didn't go over the defensive numbers earlier before we start hearing from some of the people after the game. Tommy already told me I'm going to be pausing this for press conference after every answer to scream at him. So can't wait to hear what that's all about. Quay Walker, 11 tackles, 6 solo, 1 tackle for loss. I think Tommy and I agree on this. He's outplaying Edgerrin Cooper through 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
He looks awesome. He looks really good.
Man. Evan Williams, 10 tackles, 5 solo. Edgerrin Cooper, 7, 5 solo. I'd like to know how many missed tackles he had. Had a pass defended, which was a really good play by Cooper. Xavier McKinney, 7, 3 solo tackles on that one. No plays made, really. Nate Hobbs, 7 tackles, 2 solo.
Also
and he got
a bad game today.
Right. 1 pass defended, and he got knocked around a little bit and dinged up. Keyshawn Nixon, I just want to know, why weren't you running on that last play? Like, just tell me why. The receiver comes back, and he's standing in the end zone watching the receiver come back. It's one thing if you're on your butt because you fell down. Okay, fine. I get it, right? You got beat. You're never going to get back to him. He literally was just watching him run back to the ball. Keyshawn Nixon, 4 tackles on the game. Same with Rashawn Gary. Rashawn Gary, how many times was Rashawn Gary double teamed in this game that he couldn't get to the damn quarterback? How many times? Because when I saw Rashawn Gary, 52, I didn't see him getting double teamed a whole bunch. I saw a lot of one-on-one. You know what I saw him doing? Trying to push the guy backwards like it was a tackling sled. That's what I saw Rashawn Gary trying to do today. Didn't see Rashawn Gary doing much else. And you're paying that dude a lot of money. And when they got Micah Parsons, I said, all the pressure's on Rashawn Gary now. Because Micah Parsons is going to draw the doubles and the triples. Rashawn Gary's going to get a lot more one-on-one opportunities to go get the quarterback. Now, let's see if he does. No show for Rashawn Gary.
Can I read some YouTube comments before you play anything else?
Go ahead.
Well, some people were saying we were neglecting him, so I just wanted to get some.
Yes,
in there.
we were. I apologize.
Brandon says, I forgot you could take the ball away from the other team on offense. Thought that one was pretty good. Also saying in here that I think that Matt LaFleur is an awesome offensive coordinator, not head coach material. That comes from Rocket.
Those are 2 different things. Yep.
Looking over here, Nate saying if he can't manage his team and call plays, he should give up the play calling duties. Again, I don't know. Like, the play calling was like maybe the best part of the game. The clock management was terrible. The defensive play calling was terrible, but the offensive play calling, like, did it feel like Jordan Love was improvising the whole day? I don't think it necessarily felt like that either, did it?
He was definitely audibling out a couple of times, and Collinsworth was giving him credit throughout the game a couple of different times where he got himself into the right play. The one play led to a nice Josh Jacobs run on that left side.
How about this one from Aesop? MLF is the prevent defense of head coaches.
I don't know if I like that. Okay, listen, I hate prevent defense, obviously, at end of games for defensive coordinators. So I get that. I'm not going to say that. Well, no, that you can't say that last drive was prevent defense.
It's prevent offense
because you had to score, right? They knew they had to get a field goal to tie at least. It just wasn't aggressive enough. And just like on that second drive when they should have went for it on 4th and 1, 4th and 2, whatever it was, and he punts the ball because he goes up there, nobody jumped. I'm thinking to myself, well, why don't you just go for it? They haven't stopped the pass yet. Love was perfect throwing the ball to that point. He didn't have an incompletion.
You couldn't take a sack though. Like
what are you talking about? They were at their own 45.
I thought we were talking about the last drive.
No, back in the first half.
Okay.
When there was that 4th and 1, 4th and 2 on the second possession.
Yes.
And he punts. He goes up there.
Took the delay a game.
Trying to get somebody to jump, and then you don't even snap the ball.
Right,
anyhow.
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. This team definitely lacks a knockout punch. Like they will continue to jab and stay in the fight the whole time, and they never throw an uppercut.
Yep.
They never throw a hook. That is a problem right now for sure, because Philadelphia, they can knock a team out. Kansas City, they knock the team out, right? I mean, the teams that continue to just play close games, everyone knows by the end of the year, like that team is not serious. It is always the team that is taking care of business against the crappy teams, and then against the good teams, they play close games and win close games.
He is Tommy Wirtz, Steve Sparky Fiber with you. Green Bay football postgame show. Packers tie the Cowboys 40 apiece. If you want to hop aboard, feel free. Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line 414-677-1250, 414-677-1250. Get in on the YouTube chat conversation, the dugout as we like to call it. You can get there too. Watch the live stream. Search the Fan Milwaukee. Stream us on the Odyssey app. AUDACY. If you miss anything, you can go back and listen to it there or anywhere you download your favorite podcast at. And don't forget, new lineup continues on tomorrow morning, 6 to 9 inside Wisconsin Sports. Normally it's Josh Albrecht and Trevor Thomas, except Trevor was at the Packer Cowboy game tonight. I think he's going to call in tomorrow morning to his show, I believe, but otherwise it'll be Mitch Thunder Nellis along with Josh Albrecht from 6 to 9 tomorrow. Then 9 to noon with John Kuhn, Rami Makloff, Brandon Snide tomorrow from 9 to noon. Noon to 2, it's the Mason Crosby show with Tommy Wirtz as Thunder's doing the morning show. And then we'll be back at it 2 to 5 tomorrow. Maybe I'll have calmed down by 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Charlie Usman and myself. And then the Fan Post Game show, Tommy Wirtz right back at it again, recapping all the yelling from the day that's going to happen tomorrow. From 5 to 6. Here is Matt LaFleur from earlier.
Which one?
So the 3-yard loss there, Golden, where he threw out, I think there was.
Yeah, is that when we popped the timeout?
Oh, you did pop, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you spike it, then don't you?
Yeah, but then you lose it down, and now you're 3rd and long, and I mean the closer you get, the longer the yardage situation is, the harder it is to convert. So, yeah, it's just, obviously the play calls sucked. They weren't good enough.
You're damn right. Got that one right. Good job.
Wilson, that lost a yard, that's the one you wanted him to take a shot to the end zone?
No, we called a shot play. They played it based on how they played the play before, where the corner came flying up. We were trying to present the same look and throw a ball by him. And they played cover 2, and it was gloved. It was covered.
You're kidding me. Eberflus played cover 2? Never. Good job.
Well, I mean, there's been some critical errors that have obviously really hurt us.
How do you get those fixed?
Well, you got to go back and you got to practice and you got to do a better job. We got to do a better job in practice. That's disappointing, obviously, 2 weeks in a row where you have a kick blocked. So I thought we did a lot of good things throughout the course of the week to try to correct the problem. Obviously, it wasn't enough.
Do you know what a good question would have been right there? Do you know what a follow-up would have been? Okay, good answer, Matt. Do you think you have the right personnel on that field goal unit when you're going to kick field goals? Like, do you think you have the right guys in there to block the guys as you've had issues now 2 weeks in a row? So is it time maybe to consider a personnel change, Matt?
What's
like, I would love
to
to hear that answer. Or are we going to run the same cats out there that continue to have problems?
Yeah, I don't know. What's like traditional personnel on the, is everyone's tight ends on the outside?
I don't know. No
field
idea.
goal?
Don't know.
I don't know.
But Luke Musgrave clearly has issues. He had issues last week, and we got issues again this week.
I know you saw him fall down immediately after catching a 6-yard pass today, right? You saw that, right?
I'm telling you right now, if we get out of this break and we get to Cincinnati and he botches another play, he's not going to be on the field on offense or special teams. And you'll see all you want to see out of Fitzpatrick going forward. I promise you, because LaFleur is not going to deal with this for much longer. He's just not. Eventually, he's just not going to be on the field. And that's going to be like, too bad. I'll get back to you in 3 or 4 weeks after I calm down, but we are not putting you back out there to screw something else up.
Yeah, I miss Jace Sternberger at this point.
Shut up. Jace Sternberger. Moving on.
Different overtime format, obviously. It backfired on the Giants doing what you did today. Did you because they each had 2 possessions and the Giants scored on the third possession. The Cowboys scored on the third possession against the Giants. Will this always be your strategy in overtime?
I'm not going to get into what our strategy is going to be.
How tough is it at the end, given us 10 minutes to get the ball last 2? You don't want to go too fast in case it ends up field goal and they get that last possession.
Say that again.
In terms of management, how tough is it at the end in terms of you don't want to go too fast in case it ends in a field goal and they get the final possession, but you want to go quick enough to give yourself the best.
Yeah, it's always a fine line that you're battling. Certainly, if I didn't know it ended like that, it would have gone faster. So, hindsight's 20/20.
I called him idiot like 10 times today. So what's another one? You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that was bad.
You must be joking. Like, okay, let's see if I can put this into perspective. You have a guy that's in charge of telling you whether or not to challenge a call, right? Then you have your associate head coach, who just in this case happens to be your special teams coordinator. Somebody has to help this dude with time management if he can't figure it out already, because clearly he's got issues. Right? He's got his nose in the play card. He ain't looking at the damn clock, and he has no idea what's going on. At some point, somebody's got to go up to him and be like, hey, man, we got to go if we're going to try and win this thing with a touchdown. There's part of me that don't believe him. There's part of me that knows or thinks I know that he knew if they got the ball back, they were going to lose, because he knew, and we all knew, their defense couldn't stop anything. And he didn't want to lose. So he said, you know what? To heck with it. We're going to play it all the way down. If we got a shot at the end zone in the last 15 to 20 seconds, we'll take it. Otherwise, we'll get out of here with a tie, and I'm fine with it considering how bad our defense played. He played it that way, and he won't say it because he ain't going to throw Hafley under the bus. He ain't going to throw the defense under the bus. He ain't going to say it, but I'm telling you, that was done deliberately the way he did that last drive, because he didn't want to give the ball back. And I said the same thing to Tommy. I said, if they get the ball back, it's over. And he played it all the way to the end and was happy with the tie.
But also, it doesn't make sense just like, you win if you get in the end zone in that second drive, too. Like,
but he didn't want, well, yes, if they get in the end zone, correct.
I bet you Schottenheimer felt the same way when he's like, damn, I got to kick. Like, I don't want to kick right now because they're probably going to go score a touchdown.
Sure.
Like, Schottenheimer had the same feeling on his side of, we can't stop this Packers offense at all today.
But this goes back to what was brought up earlier in the show. So what is the right move to do then when you win the coin flip? Is the right move in that situation? Should they have taken the ball, had all the time in the world, got 7, and then see what happens with Dallas?
So much time to go score a touchdown. Like, that was, if your goal is to end in a tie, they absolutely nailed it. They were all over that. But they had so much time. They mismanaged the timeout situation again. You only get 2 of them in overtime. I think that you would. Like, you have to take the ball second, because if you get the pick 6, like, game's over,
sure,
right?
I guess. I bet you next time this happens,
turnover or something.
Next time this happens, I bet you they take the ball.
No, that's not the right move. Like, you just agreed with me and then went the opposite way.
I'm telling you, since LaFleur got burned on this, the next time this happens, you watch, he'll take the ball.
No,
if they win,
had plenty of time to go score a touchdown.
So we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out. Moving on.
Is that Jordan? Does he have to get everybody up there?
No, it's on everybody. It's on all of us. It's not just on one individual. It's everybody. It's starting with myself. So we got to do a better job coaching what we need to get done, and then our players we all collectively got to do a better job there. And I don't know, it wasn't good enough.
I'm done. I'm not listening to the
I
rest
could
of this.
tell that
I'm
that was
sure there's more stuff. I'm done. I don't want to hear any more of this idiot. I'm done.
Oh man.
I know I'm done. We're not listening anymore.
You just turned yourself against Matt
I'm
LaFleur
done.
by the end of the show.
Just for the night, the rest of the night. Maybe tomorrow. I'm not gonna like him either. By Wednesday, I should be back to liking him. But right now, I cannot hear any more of him. God only knows how bad it's gonna be tomorrow when he talks. I just maybe he won't talk tomorrow because it's a bye week. So maybe he won't have to talk. Maybe he won't have to talk till next week. Maybe he'll be able to skate out of this and not have to talk.
I can understand you're disappointed they didn't win the game, and they should have won the game. You can be mad because they should have won the game.
Mad is the
before
emotion.
this week, before today. Everyone should have expected a victory. Absolutely. And how the game was managed at the end, totally disappointing. Special teams, so defense, what the hell, right? But like I'm telling you, even if they win the game at the end, we have the same complaints. And I'd much rather be 2-1-1 than 2-2. I would. I'm sorry. If that makes me the guy shilling for the Packers,
nobody disagrees with you that they'd rather be 2-1-1.
Be angry. Be angry if you want to be angry.
That's not the issue. Nobody's arguing with you about the technicality of it. I think
if Jordan Love looked bad in this game, wouldn't that be way worse than what we saw on the field?
Sure. But I think the issue is that people don't feel you're mad like you should be after a tie. I think that's that people are mad that you are emotionally not where they are after this game. That's why they're frustrated with you personally, right? That's all
I'm
it
mad.
is.
I am frustrated.
That's all it is.
I just don't want to be the everything is awful when you're already taking the everything is awful approach. So I have to find some sort of good.
Tomorrow, I promise you at 2:00, the question is going to be just how good really do you think this Packers team is?
Ugh.
That's going to be the question tomorrow at 2:00. That will be the lead question tomorrow at 2:00 that we're going to have on Wisconsin Sports
Is football
Daily.
more overreactionary than baseball?
Yes.
Really? Just because it's one a week?
There's only 17.
But there's
every game means a lot more
Sure.
than a 3-game series in May.
But if you're going to make a topic question on baseball, it's like you only have one game of 162.
But look at how overreactionary Brewer fans were to the Yankees series to start the year. People thought they were not going to finish 500, be one of the worst teams in baseball. That didn't end up being true. By the way, the Brewers get the 1 seed. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Brewers get a franchise record with 97 wins today. That's a beautiful thing. Now we got all week to scream about the Packers for a couple of days before we focus on the Trader and the Cubs.
You have 2 weeks to scream about the Packers.
No, because I'm not talking about the Packers all week. I promise you, by the time we get to end of day Wednesday, I will be completely focused on Brewers baseball Thursday and Friday, getting ready for the divisional round. I cannot wait. And I don't want the Cubs and I don't want the Trader because I can't deal with this in that series. I cannot.
I
cannot go through that.
I think the Padres scare me the most of anyone in the playoffs, to be honest.
Fine, but I don't want to lose to the Trader and the Cubs in the playoffs. I'll lose whoever else they lose to, fine. That's just not that guy. Just anybody but that guy.
See, how is that any different than Packers tie loser talk? That's the same energy with the Brewers.
Oh, if they lose to the Trader, that's way worse.
Correct.
Than
I'm just saying,
40.
but you're
way worse. way worse.
Yeah, I know, but you're well, if they just lose to whoever they lose, then whatever.
Can you imagine
that's
that?
loser talk
Hey,
too.
congratulations. Game 7 of the World Series ends in a tie. No winner this year.
Okay.
We'll get back to you
That's a
next
post-
year.
How many playoff games end in a tie in the NFL?
Not well.
None.
Just give it time.
None.
Yeah, let's give it time.
Oh my gosh.
Tommy Wirtz, Steve Sparky, Fiverr Green Bay football post-game show. The game ended in a tie, 40-40. That's right. This defense and special teams unit gave up 40 points to the crappy Cowboys. Unbelievable. Green Bay football post-game show broadcasting live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Please tell me that Jordan Love is not going to make me angry in the next segment. Please tell me that's not going to happen.
I haven't heard a single one of his words because I was just cutting up LaFleur and I couldn't stop laughing because I was so excited for you to play him.
What play or plays changed today's game? It's time for the turning point of the game on the Green Bay Football Postgame Show with Steve Sparky Pfeiffer on The Fan.
$40-40. That's right. 40-40. You stayed up late at night to watch a game end in a tie. Congratulations. We all did. So Packers, Cowboys, no winners, no losers. Everybody gets a cookie. And onward and upward we go. The Packers get to go to a bye week on a tie. Micah Parsons is apologizing to Jordan Love. I'm so sorry. Our defense is horrible. I'm so sorry. Wonderful. I'm so happy that happened. Tommy Wirtz is over there. See, Sparky Pfeiffer is here. We'll get to Jordan Love momentarily. Turning point of the game.
It's very obvious.
It is?
So
I think you could do this tomorrow on the Mason Crosby Show with Mason Crosby, new to 2 here on The Fan. And I bet you would get like 10 different answers.
Okay. All right. Well, while you fix your camera that just zoomed in, let me just in the chat, in the YouTube chat, turning point of the game. What was the turning point of the game? Because I think everyone here should know what it is. That's how obvious it was.
It's going to say the blocked extra point.
It's the blocked extra point. It's 100% the blocked extra point. And it's not even switches the whole momentum, switches the whole scoring, switches up the chance at a spread for Vegas.
So not the love fumble.
No, 100% it's the blocked extra point. 100%.
Not that idiot running back with Keyshawn Nixon standing in the end zone so he catches the ball at the 2-yard line.
No, it is. I'm not saying point out every bad play that happened, but the turning point of the game where the momentum started to shift, it would have been 14-0. Instead, it was 13-2. 100% it's the blocked extra point.
13-2.
Yeah, I'm not saying they should have.
The game.
Yeah, I'm not saying. Yep, it was the first sign of life. That's what it is. That is a turning point. Yeah. That is officially the definition of turning point. There was nothing from Dallas until that moment. Nothing. Yes, maybe was there a more impactful that fumble? Sure, okay. Turning point, 100%. Blocked extra point. For the rest of the game, everyone was on edge about field goals. For the rest of the game.
I certainly
That is a turning point in the game because everyone thought, we'll get that one out of the way. That was a freak accident that happened in Cleveland. And now you're like, well, damn, I don't want them to ever have to kick again because I think they're going to get their field goals blocked.
Here is Jordan Love, who, again, based on the box score, based on what you watched, he did pretty good overall. 31 of 43, 337, 3 touchdowns, 118.1 rating, only sacked one time. This is Jordan Love.
No, we got to a running clock call. You know what I mean? One of our just on the ball calls where everybody was just figuring it out on the move.
Conscious, or how conscious were you of that clock ticking down?
Yeah, no, I was conscious of it. Matt was in my ear saying ozone. We knew before that it was going to be an ozone situation if we did get tackled on bounds. So, it's one of those situations where it took us the operation right there. It just took too long. We were wasting too much time right there, and that's really it.
Yeah, how would you evaluate the way you guys managed that overtime drive?
Yeah, I mean, I think we moved the ball. That's what you want to do. You move the ball well. I think I think the sad part is we didn't be able to take any shots right there to the end zone until that last play, which is tough. I think we had a good play called, and they, didn't play the way we thought they were going to play like they did the play before that. So, I think there's a lot of stuff that we still have to clean up, just throwing the ball in bounds and a running clock situation right there. So there's stuff that we got to figure out and be better at right there in that situation.
Maybe I'm nuts. Call me crazy. You had the ball for 4.5 minutes. And Jordan Love just said, we got one shot at the end zone.
Well,
but we're happy because we moved the football. We took one shot at the end zone in 4.5 minutes, man. That's not good. That's not even close to being good if you're trying to win the football game and not play for a tie. And on the shot you took, you damn near lost the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like one more second takes off that clock. Let's say they bat the ball up in the air and then it falls down. They lose.
Well, and the play beforehand, that like little check screen over to Matthew Golden or whatever.
Horrible call.
Terrible play.
Horrible.
I mean, the screen pass was how the Packers moved the football all throughout the game, and they would not abandon it at all. They were going to live and die by it. And finally, Dallas sniffed one out at the end of the game, and Matthew Golden had to take another shot, which we haven't brought up that point about complaining with special teams too, is like Rich Bisaccia is literally trying to destroy everyone who means everything on this Packers offense by putting them as a punt returner on this team right now too.
After Matthew Golden got destroyed, Andy Herman from the Pack a Day podcast was on Twitter, and he'll be on tomorrow morning at 8:20 on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Josh Albrecht and Mitch Thunder Nellis. Trevor Thomas is at the Packer Cowboy game. He may call in. So Andy Herman will be on 8:20. Andy Herman literally on Twitter is like, can we just sign somebody just to do that job? Can we sign somebody just because they waived McCole Hardman off the practice squad? He's gone.
Like they should have just kept McCole Hardman.
No, I wouldn't have kept McCole Hardman.
Why? They're not going to find Devin Hester just sitting there. Throw someone meaningless back
Put
there.
Savion Williams back there.
No, too impactful. No. Are you kidding me? Did you see their offense today?
Over Matthew Golden?
I'm not saying over anyone, but I'm saying, did you see the Packers offense today? You can tell how much they want to involve Matthew Golden.
True.
Savion Williams. I want someone who will never see the field, never get out on the field. I do not care what happens afterwards. Do not have Matthew Golden, Romeo Doubs, Savion Williams, who you want to have impact on the offense as your punt returner. No. McCole Hardman. Where's Malik Heath? What's Malik Heath doing?
He had a catch today, didn't he?
Okay, cool. Why can't he go return the punts? What are we doing here? You want Matthew Golden back there spin moving into just getting clocked every time?
Well, that's the other thing. Don't you have some corners you can put back there? Somebody that ain't playing?
Carrington Valentine would run away from the football.
No, I didn't say Carrington Valentine. Somebody that's not playing.
What, Bo Melton? You want Bo Melton back there?
Yes.
Like anyone?
Yes. Bo Melton was back there on kickoffs. Yes, put Bo Melton back there to return punts too.
I need someone so meaningless. They have a 52-man roster right now, Sparky.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't have the whole 53 filled out. Get some bum. Give me Josh Cribbs, and he's 45 years old now, to just wave, fair catch, and stay there.
Absolutely. All right, moving on with Jordan Love.
1 second left on that final field goal. Any part in your mind that are just going to say screw the tie and take one more shot at the end zone there?
I don't know. I wasn't really thinking that.
You had 4 points tonight, and it's the first tie of your career. I imagine if I told you coming in.
All right, hold on a second, because I want to really say something about this, but before that, I got to do this. Oh, maybe not. Hold on a second. See, this is what happens. You get all screwed up in the middle of the night with this clock of ours that we've got. Then you've got to make sure you do everything correct and all that stuff. So let me do this. Nope, I can't still do it.
Listen to the Fighting Irish all season long on your new radio and audio home for Notre Dame football. WSSP Milwaukee, W289CB Milwaukee, 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Nailed it. Thank God they won, by the way, against Purdue. If they would have lost that game, I would have thought we jinxed the hell out of Notre Dame, too.
All right.
Thank goodness that didn't turn out bad. All right, moving on.
It's ought to be a tie, obviously. How's it feel to not win or lose? Like, what's going through your mind?
No, it sucks. It doesn't feel good. It feels kind of weird. It's my first time going through a tie. It feels weird to play a full game in a tie. So,
but be happy.
It's definitely tough.
You didn't lose.
Like you said, I think offensively we did some good things. I still think we left a lot out there. I still think there's some drives that we didn't execute well. I think obviously the end of half situation, turned the ball over and put them in a scoring position. So I think there's a lot of stuff we left out there, but. As an offense, to be able to keep battling, keep answering, and to stay in that game with some obviously to be able to go down, kick the field goal to tie it up and go to overtime. But I still think there's so much more out there that we just got to keep executing.
I feel like I hear that every week from him.
Yeah. Can I ask a question to you?
Sure.
Is it positive or negative that it feels like the last 2 weeks are on the Packers, right? Like the Packers lost last week, and this week, like the Packers kind of the reason why. But like the teams were not better than them.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't think the Packers obviously they lost to the Browns last week, and this
the Browns
week the
got
defense
destroyed by the Lions today.
Yeah, but I think like everyone can agree like the Packers lost the game more than the Browns won the game
So how
last
is
week.
that positive?
Well, I'm wondering if it's like, I mean, obviously the Packers have played down the last 2 weeks, but like if they were losing because they are not as good as the Browns and not as good as the Cowboys.
Did you win either game?
No, they didn't.
Okay. Well, then how can you say we're better than anybody if you didn't beat them? You didn't win either game.
Yeah, I mean, but
you're saying, well, we're better. What? Really?
No, I didn't say we're better. I said, is it positive or negative?
Negative.
That's what I was looking for. I was looking for a positive or a negative.
Yeah, I don't see
that
how
you are the reason that you lost the games,
Yes.
as opposed to the other team outplayed them.
When you are the reason you lose, when on paper, because that's the only way we're looking at this, how they possibly can be better.
Right.
So on paper, you're better, but you lose one game and tie another game because you consistently are making mistakes. That means you are probably not nearly as good of a football team as everybody's giving you credit for after 2 games.
I think
That's
that
how
you
I
could
look at it.
argue that that's fixable.
Sure.
If the team is better than you, that's not fixable.
If they're more talented.
Right.
Right.
So
that I agree
you
with.
blowing games is fixable, and rather do that earlier than later in the year too. No?
Sure. Yes.
That's all I was wondering. That's all. You can
It's a
continue.
good positive spin. Here's Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm pissed off. I'm very disappointed just overall how we performed. I even told Jordan to the side, thank you for having our back today. That's why it's so pivotal that you play complimentary football, because today Jordan played like the player he was, and we let him down. We didn't live up to the expectations on defense.
Aside from the outcome, what were the emotions of being back here and facing them like for you?
I mean, for me, bro, there's only one thing for me, and I told y'all from the beginning. All I know is go. So from the snap of that football, it was just about killing 4. And now it's on to whoever the Bengals got up, just killing that opponent. I just didn't think we did a great job today.
Hey, Micah, in overtime, you're rushing Dak. He breaks out of the pocket. It looks like he has a clear path to the end zone, and you get him from behind. What's the significance of that play? And if we look at the game, he may score a touchdown.
Yeah, it's just all about not letting my teammates down, going 100% every play. I owe it to every person in the organization, every person in that locker room to give my absolute best every time. So I don't look at the play as like, I think like I'm here and on this podium because I'm supposed to make that play, not because it's like, oh my God, he made a play. Like I'm supposed to make that play. I'm supposed to help our defense. That's the reason why I was brought here. Like making plays is what I'm supposed to do. Taking it over games is what I'm supposed to do. I don't think that like I should be rewarded for that play. Like that's the reason why I'm here.
You guys actually did start to get pressure on Dak finally in the fourth quarter and after that, but it didn't seem to rattle him. Why not?
I mean, bro, I think we was getting pressure all night. Like, you go watch that all 22, and you look how precise number 4 looked tonight. Just getting through his throws, getting to his receivers, the timing. I think he played a better game than we played defense. So, shout out to Dak. And I told him, I said, you go watch that film, and you lucky. If you wasn't on your shit, it would have been a long day. It would have been a real long day for you. But he played a hell of a game, and I give him kudos for that.
How do you think you played personally?
I mean, I don't like to talk about myself. You just watch the film, and you let me know how I played. But like I said, I try to give it all.
I'm going to stop this right here. We're going to disagree. Me, Micah, and me, we're going to disagree. Because I don't think they were giving him pressure all night long. Maybe I'll go watch the L22. I'll apologize tomorrow too if I'm wrong. I'm telling you, I did not feel like they were pressuring him all night long. He said they were, and Dak was just dealing. it did not feel to me like they were pressuring him all night long. Tom.
Who did you feel like was under more pressure?
Love.
Dak? Yeah, right.
All day.
Yeah, that was
close.
pressure. That was pressure all day long.
Every
it felt like.
snap he
Did
dropped
he even get
back.
sacked? Did Jordan Love get sacked?
Once.
He got sacked.
One
So
time for 12 yards.
each guy got sacked once today, and by far it felt like Jordan Love was under way more pressure than Dak Prescott.
Yeah, no question. No. So I'll disagree with Micah Parsons there. All right, take a quick time. I'll come back. Got one more segment. If y'all want to hop aboard, let's do this. It's 1:11 in the morning, so still time for you, right? We're wide awake. Let's go. I'll just keep drinking my soda. We'll keep rolling. It is the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. You can also tweet us, Facebook us. Got to reach some more of those as well at the Fan Milwaukee. You can also use that talking text line. We're a couple more texts for you too. And then, of course, the YouTube chat is still there for you, too. Search us on YouTube, The Fan Milwaukee. Shorts, videos, all that fun stuff. Anything you missed there, as well as on your Odyssey app, wherever you download your favorite podcast at Green Bay Football Postgame Show, broadcasting live from the 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan Studios. Powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Sparky here.
All I want to know if you got your popcorn ready.
Who was the most valuable player for Green Bay today?
On three. 1, 2, 3.
Who stood out the most?
Here we go.
It's time to announce the MVP of the game on the Green Bay Football Postgame Show with Steve Sparky Pfeiffer on The Fan.
Tommy Wirtz just realized we've been on the air 2 hours. He's like, we on the air 2 hours? Yeah, man. Rolling along.
Just you screaming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm going to be in a better mood tomorrow. We're going to find out.
It's today. I don't know what you mean.
Well, whatever. 12 hours or whatever it ends up being.
You're going to be pissed.
Yeah. I'm not going to be happy. It's just, and I'm going to be on lack of sleep too, because I got to be up at 5:30. So away we go. It'll be fun. Tommy Wirtz over there. Steve Sparky Pfeiffer here. 40-40 is the final score here. 40-40. MVP of the game. I mean, I don't think there's much of a debate here, right? It's Jordan Love, 337, 3 touchdown, 118.1 passer rating, right? Is there any debate on who else it could possibly be at this point?
Romeo?
Yeah, Romeo Doubs. That would be the thing, but he didn't top 100 yards.
Do you know the highest scoring tie in NFL history? Did you hear this yet?
I heard they were second. That's all I got.
Yeah, which shout out to StatMuse. They already updated that. But the Boston Patriots in the Oakland Raiders, 1964.
The Boston Patriots?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, 1964, 43-43 in that game.
The Josh Jacobs injury that he had, remember? It looked like he was cut or something.
Yeah.
Wes Hodkiewicz tweets out a quote from him talking about that. He said, the touchdown, I guess I got cleated. I don't know. I went back to the sideline, saw a big hole in my knee, so I got stitches. Yeah, that was it. So it wasn't just a rip in his jersey pants. He had to get stitches in his knee. He must have been bleeding pretty good at that point.
It was better run game when Emmanuel Wilson was out there. So
Zach Cruz points out Packers fell behind 3 different times in the fourth quarter and overtime and responded with points each time. Jordan Love gets some credit for that, right?
Absolutely.
Because that's not going to be brought up either. I can guarantee you that.
Oh no, we haven't had anyone complaining about Jordan Love today. Very quiet about Jordan Love.
Were the accounts that were killing Love last week giving him credit today?
Absolutely not.
No,
they don't.
Just checking out. I just kind of curious to see what it was like because I'm not following it nearly as much as you are over there on that side of the glass. Some of the other stuff coming in today, because again, I mean, there is a lot of different stuff on here on social media. Got one here. LaFleur should have been fired after year 1. This is from Solarith. I don't care how many games we win. He is, capital letters, horrible. He's an offensive-minded OC, but nowhere near a head coach. Never has been, never will be, and tonight proved it again. That's from Solarith, I think is how you say it.
This one comes from Dante on Twitter. Teams with 40 points and no turnovers in a game were previously 300-0.
Oh my God. Is that a real stat?
And now they are 300-0-1.
You're lying. Is that real?
I think so.
No. Shut up. You've got to be kidding me. Where is ESPN stats info? What is a good one I like to go to for that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's a senior researcher for NFL and Good Morning America, or Good Morning Football, sorry.
Oh my goodness. That's horrible.
That's crazy.
That's horrible. 300-0. 40 points and no turnovers. It was 300-0 in NFL history.
Yeah.
And now they're the one loss.
No. That's Dallas.
Well, Dallas didn't lose.
No, it's 300-0-1.
Oh, the tie.
Yes, that's Dallas.
Because Love had the fumble, right?
Because Love had the fumble, right? You see, you're like working yourself up for nothing.
Yes,
like
I am.
The Packers actually defied everything in this game. It sounds like.
Yeah. Let's see here. Joseph Hoyt, who's a Cowboys beat reporter. Dak Prescott said he doesn't want any finger pointing in the locker room regarding the defensive performance. Quote, I'd be damned if they get down on themselves. We need them. And if they do get down on themselves, it's a selfish act. It's about making sure that they're staying positive, end quote, from Dak Prescott. Well, you're a better man than me because I'd be hot if I was a Jordan Love in that Packers locker room after that. I would be hot. 40 points and we tie. And I'd be hot at Matt LaFleur. So that would be the other one that I'd be furious about as well going into this thing. So just to clarify, that's where I'd be. All right, that'll do it for today's show. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, Inside Wisconsin Sports. Again, just set it, right? Just set it and leave it on the Fan. 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, the Fan. We're also the HD2 channel on Kiss FM, 103.7 Kiss FM. So you can tune us in and listen there too. If you want to do that, we have a fancy HD radio. You can do it that way. Always crystal clear sound. It's beautiful. Tomorrow morning, Inside Wisconsin Sports. Josh Albrecht and Thunder filling in for Trevor, who was at the game tonight, 9 to noon, or 6 to 9, I should say. Then 9 to noon with John Kuhn, Rami Makaloff, Brandon Snide producing. Then noon to 2, Mason Crosby with Mitch Thunder Nellis, but he's also, it'll be him and Tommy Wirtz, brought to you by Verizon, home of the Packers, home of the 5G network. And then, of course, 2 to 5, Wisconsin Sports Daily, served up by Wendy's. And then the Fan post-game show from 5 to 6 with Tommy Wirtz back on there again. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll join the Infinity Sports Network already in progress.
Packers tie. Whoopee! 40-40. Have a good one. Toodles.